welcome in. How are we all doing today? How's everyone's weekend? You can't even enjoy your paycheck, you just spend on anime and gambling. Oh no, you can't spend on anime. That's a waste of employment, you know? May as well be unemployed at that point. But yeah, I would consider spending less on anime and gambling, and then you'll have more money left over. That is my financial advice. Paycheck after taxes. True, true. Um, but aren't the taxes in Alberta less? Because I'm pretty sure here there might be more. I don't know what the provincial tax brackets are or the provincial tax rates are, but I feel like BC just taxes harder, like in general. Yes. Okay. Great. Great. Happy for you. And welcome in, Angel Rooney. How are you? How's everyone doing? I can't stream as long today because my instructor wanted me to come to Pilates a bit earlier. So I'll have to leave at like maybe like 11 something. I don't even know. 11, 11:15, 11:20. How close can I cut it? I can just run out the door. I'm wearing my lower half. I'm already wearing my Pilates clothes. I'm just gonna change my shirt and go. I had to change it to my Pilates socks, which takes longer than you think. Cause they're like the toe socks, like the ones where individual toes. Hard. And welcome in, Jojo. If taxes are less, why are you doing taxes for 6 hours a week? They're less but more complicated, yeah. When will they make anime deductible? The government would never, Red. That is the downfall of society. And welcome in, P. Hope you're doing well today. Your hair is getting long. I know. My singing teacher was saying that yesterday. She was like, wow, your hair's getting long. I'm like, it is. I'm gonna grow it out to like here. And then I'm gonna think about my choices. Because I keep going back and forth, Like before I was like, oh, I'm gonna grow it out, and then I cut it again. And then I keep like cutting, so then I'm just gonna stick to something, and then I'm gonna see how I feel, But my bangs are kind of annoying right now. Like, what do I do, I feel like I need a haircut, but at the same time, it's like I just want to grow it out. Oh, it's KDA. We need to show them how we do it every day. That's how you pronounce Pilates. I always said Pilates. No, I would say Pilates. You know. Toe socks should be illegal. They're good for Pilates because you need like toe action. you need to move your toes, Like if you wear normal socks, you'll like slide around. Because like your feet will move like inside the socks, right? If you have like normal socks on. So you can't grip stuff with your toes. No, you don't need to grip stuff with your toes, but yeah, it's more slippery because like say you're like putting a lot of weight on your toes. If you have normal socks on, they'll just slide inside your sock. If that's what I mean. I think the shorter hair was nice. I do like, yeah, exactly. I'm conflicted too because like there's some days I wake up and I'm like, short hair was so good, and it is. But then I look back at like, I think peak long hair might have been when I had long black hair and then I had the white streak in it. I looked pretty cool. I was like, damn, I looked pretty cool. But then yeah, I also like short hair too. But I had short hair for like 2 years, so I'm thinking, we'll switch it up every now and then. I'll just be whatever. Just keep having whatever, like different hair all the time. Ecstasy girls, it's going down. What? You're saying dude what to me. I'm saying dude what to you. What does that mean? Girls, it's going down. What's going down? Just cut one side short and keep the other long. Okay, so sometimes I'll stream like this and I'll be like, hey guys. And that'll be my long hair side. Well, I'm thinking like if my hair is this long, then I could wear my hair extensions without it looking weird. And then I could have like this length hair, and then I can have long length hair. I can't have like short length hair, but I guess it'll work out. X Stacy instead of Stacy girls. Oh, I see, I see. Um, and welcome in then. MJ or LeBron? I don't have a strong opinion on this. I'm sorry. I've never watched basketball. I do like Michael B. Jordan though. Big fan of Michael B. Jordan. Napa would get it. True, true. Yeah, they would get it. I think it's time to go blonde. I've been blonde before, and like, one, the damage to my hair was very extensive. Two, um, two, the comments I got, like people were like, everyone was giving like an opinion on my hair, and it was a bit annoying at that point, you know? Like everyone was like, "Oh, I liked you better without your blonde hair," or like, you know, like whatever. And I'm like, I didn't ask, and then people just kept giving comments. I guess because it's so different, right? People want to say something, but like it was a bit annoying. And welcome in Yokomoto, Big Yolk. How are you? I almost said Kobe. Oh my god. I am not basketball brain. I'm sorry. Kobe. Kobe is the goat. Nice. I don't have a. Isn't Michael Jordan like the goat? Like, isn't he the Michael Jordan of basketball? You know, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know much about. I don't know anything about basketball. I know you can throw from the 3 points, and then you get 3 points, and then everything else is the 2 points. I don't think you get any extra points for dunking. I think you just look cool, you know? And everyone's tall. That's what I know. I'm more of a hockey watcher. You liked it better when you had bald hair. Those were the days. Is Michael Jordan the Michael Jordan of basketball? Absolutely, yeah. And I am the Michael Jordan of I am the Michael Jordan of yapping, as people say. You're one of those mean comments. Was a young rebel kid. I grew up. Oh no. I don't remember this, Ricky. Let's go Oilers. Exactly. Let's go Oilers. Didn't they win game one? You get aura points for dunking. Oh, the aura points. I see. I was watching Abbotsford Canucks, which is like the lower tier league of the NHL, the AHL, and they're in the finals for their playoffs. And there was like someone, okay, they had a face off, and our goalie, our sweet boy Artur Shilovs, he was not ready. He was facing away. He was drinking his water. He was putting his helmet back on, and they dropped the puck and it went in. And everyone was like he wasn't even ready. Like why would you start the game when he was still putting on his helmet? And surprisingly, they overturned it. They were like, "Yeah, our bad. That was our mistake. We shouldn't have dropped the puck." Which I think is the right call. Like he really was not ready. He was turned around. Our sweet boy. Let's go Panthers. No Panthers fans allowed here. Unless you're Luongo. Michael Jordan was not the Michael Jordan of baseball. That's true. Yeah. You know who is the Michael Jordan of baseball? Otani. That's the only one I know. I'm sorry. It was a polite mean comment. That's probably why. I mean, I think it's fine to be like, oh, I preferred your, actually, I don't know. I think it depends how you say it. If you're like, oh, you look great regardless. I was a big fan of this hair era, you know. Then it's like, okay, fair enough. But some people are like, some people are very rude about it or like very condescending about it, and they're like, "Oh, what a shame! You looked so good before, and now, now you ruined your image. I'm no longer attracted to you." And I'm like, "Wow, I was very concerned about that. Thank you." You know, like the way people say it as if like I really, like I really cared about. Like obviously, like I value your guys' opinions of many things, but like about my personal appearance, not as much. You know, like I feel like with everyone, it only really matters like whatever you do with your hair, your clothes, whatever. As long as you're happy and you like what you're doing personally, then like that's what matters, I think. I'm not saying just for myself, I'm saying for everyone. Cute plus, you like the sleeves? Thank you. Thank you. um, you preferred me bald? Well, you and Yokomoto both. You just woke up and in 15 minutes you had to take a work call, listen to your intro song, remote into your work computer. Now some weird alarms are going off inside my house. What? What alarms? Is it okay? Is your house burning down? I had that experience on Thursday. I woke up and I realized it was 12 minutes until my meeting. And I was like, oh my God, how did I sleep through my alarm? And then I just got up. I went to the meeting. My manager was not there. I had to run the meeting. I was only like 10% awake. And then like one of the junior devs was like, I need help with this. And I was like, yes, I'll help you. And I was like, I was sleeping. I was not awake. I was probably very unhelpful. And welcome in Slick. Ads are trying to screw me over. Okay, I hope you're back from ads. Welcome in. You put out 2 fires at work, hopefully. Like a metaphorical fire. Because I put out a fire on Friday as well. Well, not really me. I was moral support. It was more of a one-person job, but I was moral support. I was saying. Did junior dev just committed some broken code that you signed off on? No, I did not. I did not. I did not let him do that. Sometimes, I've been that junior dev, And when you're that junior dev, it is not your fault, to be fair. If some senior developer signs off on your code and your code is bad, that's their fault. They should have checked that. And welcome in, Monk. Miju was MVP. That's me. That's me. For sure. I was the Michael Jordan. No. The Michael Jordan of putting out fires. No, I think that that title goes to my manager. He is kind of the Michael Jordan of programming. And welcome in, Lee. How are you? Like a firefighter? True, just like a firefighter. Well, maybe you are a firefighter. I don't know your job. You put out fires. You might mean literal fires. When I say I put out fires, I mean we deployed some code and it went terribly, The people call him the bear down 11 of basketball. I've heard that said, yes. The people say that about Michael Jordan. Does Michael Jordan... This is a really stupid question. I'm so sorry. Does Michael Jordan still play? Because, or is he, retired? Is he done? I don't know how long basketball players play. Surely they stop when they're, 30. No, he's retired. Okay. Because, I feel like he's been around for a while. Surely he must be retired. He's, 65. Okay, yeah, he's definitely retired. And welcome in, Rose. Hope you're doing well today. I didn't know that. You did not know that either. Okay. I'm glad, Ricky. We're both not knowledgeable about basketball. He retired before a lot of people having the argument was born. The Kobe versus Michael Jordan. Or we're both bad. No. I feel like basketball is it's just very American, I guess. Because, I don't think Vancouver has a basketball team. Do we? I don't think so. We're also not in, the NFL, so... I don't think anyone really... We have a American football team, but I don't think people care that much. I've seen more hype for... We have a new, lacrosse team. And I feel like that's more hype. We also have a women's hockey team soon, and that they're gonna be more hype, I think. He actually retired twice. He retired once to play baseball, hence your comment earlier. Why do you know this? Why do you know about every sport? Which he wasn't great at. I mean, fair enough. It's tough. And welcome in, Pokemon. Hope you're doing well today. What is the only basketball team? The only Canadian basketball team is Toronto. Oh, okay. Isn't that the same with baseball as well? Toronto just has everything. It's a real Pokemon, Guzzlord. Oh no. Because Pokemon tricked me with a similar Pokemon last time, and now I can't remember. I think it might be Buzz Swole and Guzzlord. So I'm gonna say yes that it's a Pokemon. But people keep combining. I keep mixing up the names now. Maybe I shouldn't have this channel point redemption because I'm just gonna have like these wrong Pokemon names in my head. Like for all the ones that Pokemon sends me, like I'm gonna have them in my brain. But you know that was always the case, so maybe that's fair enough. He retired in 1998, probably before I was born. Then actually, played 2 more years in 2001 to 3, but those don't count, and we don't talk about them. Yeah, he shouldn't have come back. You gotta end on a high note. LeBron is currently the age Michael Jordan was when he retired. Michael Jordan retired 3 times. Okay, so LeBron is still playing, and he's gonna retire soon. Basketball players bring the backboard down all the time. Like they break the net. You watched Space Jam when it was new? I've never seen Space Jam, so I guess. Oh yeah, because Michael Jordan was in Space Jam, so that should give me a clue on his age that he's probably not playing anymore. Because it's been like probably 30 years since then. That should have been my clue. I forgot about Space Jam. That corgi plush behind you is adorable. Thank you. It's from like Thousand Skies, I believe. You actually don't know any baseball teams? I don't know why I'm motioning a baseball. The Dodgers. The Dodgers are a baseball team, right? That's the one Otani is on. I only know about Otani because when I was in Japan last time, it was during the World Championships or whatever, the World Series, and everyone in Japan was like hyping up Otani, right? Because he was like a national hero at that moment, like most famous man, Japanese man to live in that moment. So that was why. So was Guzzlord real? I think so. It's Ultra Beast and Sun and Moon. It's that guy with. Oh, you know what? I recently pulled. I should have remembered this. Yeah, I just pulled this. Guzzlord EX. The full art Guzzlord EX. I pulled that. So I should have remembered that. But I couldn't remember if it was Buzzlord or Guzzwole or, something like that. I could not remember. The World Series. Is that not true? Are you making fun of me? Is it not called the World Series? It could be. There's so many things. It's World Cup, World Series, World Tournament. No, that's probably not one. Worlds for League of Legends, like lots of things. EX, yeah, EX full art. Buzzwole. It's not Buzzwole. Everyone was saying Buzzwole. Everyone was just messing with me. It's just Buzzwole. And I kept saying Buzzwole, like WOOL, and then Jack was like, no, it's not Buzzwole. Like, I was like, I guess there's no wool involved. I had never seen this guy before. I really don't like the Sun and Moon Pokemon. They're really disturbing to me. The red guy with the really like I don't even know what am I trying to even say? Like he has like really like pus filled body, you know what I mean? And then like every time I see this guy he's on the cover of the pack, right? And then I feel like if you just like poked him with a needle, like so much bug juice would like erupt, like I was like, ugh, like I just don't like the look of him. Whoever that is, I don't like that guy. And also I don't like the sexy bug lady. I'm like, why did they make a sexy bug lady? Like that seems very unnecessary. You're referring the fact that the World Series is only contested by teams from America. Yeah, because no one else cares about baseball, man, except for Japan. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Please don't butcher my name. Hmm. Yeah, we can go with Z. What do you prefer to be called? If I had to guess, if I were to butcher it, which I won't, I would go with it must be something like Johannes, you know? But I don't know where each part ends. Um, a hybrid between buzzwool and dubwool. Oh no, that sounds really disturbing. Instead of a fluffy, instead of the fluffy dubwool, like the wool, it's like the buzzwool weird juice thing. Like how it's bug juice and never blood and innards. I mean, it is bug juice. We could call human blood human juice. Like it's the same thing. You never heard her referred to as sexy bug lady before, but you know exactly who I'm talking about, right? If I say the sexy bug lady from Pokemon, then you will know. Like I'm not wrong. I'm not saying I'm attracted to her. I'm just saying they're clearly trying to make her sexy, which is strange to me. Like, why the bug? Are American football world tournaments international, but anyone else want to join? American football world tournaments. What are American football world tournaments? Johannes. Johannes? Not Johannes. Bug just makes it feel like less like killing when you're crushing a bug. True, that's true. Well, I just don't know what the juice is comprised of. I don't know if the bugs have blood. Do they have blood? I've only ever seen on blood when I kill a mosquito and it's already bit me. And that's my blood. Caterpie, you actually don't know. You want to make a joke? The Ultra Beast. Okay, if you were playing Pokemon TCG Pocket, you would know who I mean, because she keeps popping up. The white. I don't call her a white lady. It's like she's white, like she's not like Caucasian, but like white, like this white. I think it's called World Championship. I don't know. I have no idea. Football. Okay, I don't know much about sports. You mean the World Cup? The World Cup? I have no idea. I feel like you would know if it was a World Cup. Where am I from? I'm from Canada. The white lady. You know the white lady. The white lady Pokemon. I can't remember, man. Yeah, we'll play Guess That Pokemon. It's like I think it's an Ultra Beast, right? It must be Ultra Beast because it was included with the rest of them. And Wakaman rocks. We're doing well today. You are in Africa. Nice. How is it? How's Africa? South Africa? We don't know. We don't know. Africa's a big place. South Africa. Okay. That was a good guess. I would have guessed more randomly. I said anyone else? I meant no one. Oh, that's opposite. The most South African name known to me. Really? South African. Maybe, yeah. How did you know? Yeah, maybe it was a Johannes. I gave it away, I guess. I didn't know about these South African name conventions. I thought people just had like there's a lot of English speakers. I just thought people would just name like Henry, you know. I don't know that. I don't know why it's the first name that came to mind. But yeah, it's Henry. Everyone from South Africa is named Henry. I don't know. I couldn't think. I was just trying to think of a normal name. I couldn't think of anything. You watch enough rugby to know all the South African names? Are they really good at rugby? I haven't watched any. Why do you watch every sport? Why do you watch every sport? Like I feel like I can be tricked into, not tricked, but like I could be convinced into watching hockey or like football, like soccer, football. You watch two sports, three at most, but you just know about other sports. That's what you mean. Um, or is the two sports football and hockey? You seem to be following the hockey very closely, but I don't know if you're watching it because it's like, you know, like you know, like it's they don't like people watching it. They want people to watch on TV. But if you're not in Canada, you can't watch on TV. You know. You know about 16 sports. How many sports can we name? How many sports? I could probably name 16 sports. Yeah. It depends. Like if you start just naming all the Olympic sports, I think you can get there. You know. I don't think I could do like teams. Like if you're like, oh, like, I mean, not every sport has teams, but like you're like, oh, name this many football teams or something. I could not. Unless we're just listing like I guess if you're listing football like soccer teams, you could probably just list countries. You know, you could be like, England is a team, Italy is a team, which but I think that's cheating. I think that might be cheating. Because like technically, every country probably has a soccer team. You know, so you could just say the country, but um yeah. So it's just, you know, I feel like it's just cheating. I just a geography quiz at that point. Um, you don't watch hockey, just check the scores. Yeah, it's really hard to watch. Like they really, even here, like you can't like buy like streaming services to watch it. Like if you buy like the NHL subscription, you can't watch the games. There's like blackout periods. You can't actually watch the games live because they have a lot of deals with like the cable companies and they want you to watch it live on TV, which I think is stupid. Baseball, basketball, soccer, football, rugby, golf, hockey, Quidditch. Why Quidditch? Boxing. There's lots of sports, man. There's so many sports. Cricket, um, MMA. We could just name all the table tennis. Yeah, ping pong and tennis. Your first geography knowledge came from football. Fair enough. Fair enough. 'Cause, I don't think that's the case for me. But I know some football players. I've been force exposed to these football players, you know? Well, we're gonna have the World Cup. Um, we're gonna have the World Cup here. A few games here. Why not Kidditch? I guess. It's an internationally. I think some schools here do it, but I feel like it's hard to do. I watched Harry Potter recently, and I think I understand the rules. It seems hard to implement in person. I want to watch Premier League football, 70 euros a month. I was just watching a video about um piracy in football, and then the person was like they were like shilling like the person was like shilling. They're like, if we keep pirating football, the leagues will shut down. And it's like, yeah, but they're charged like, but then he was like, oh yeah, but they charge the monthly subscription. If you want to watch every single type of game in the Premier League, it's about 120 pounds per month. But we should pay it, otherwise they'll stop. Like the football will be extinct. And I was like, bro, really? Like, really? You cannot. The people are pirating because it's so expensive. You can watch hockey for a bit less, but NHL matches are on at DGen. Yeah, you may as well just watch the highlights. You know, it's probably it's a bit DGen. Hockey has really late games. Like when I go to the hockey game, I don't get home till like 11:30. You know, it's very late. Depends how quickly I can get out of there, you know. But it's late. The games sometimes go till like 10 p.m. You know. You part it because it's the only way I knew in Cuba. I mean, I don't anymore. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, if the price is too expensive, then like that's on them. And then they're always like, oh, it's like theft, but it's like, who are you stealing from? I think that's assuming that everyone would pay for it. Like, if the pirate stream didn't exist, like they would pay for it, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. And welcome in, Jimmy. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? But I haven't been watching the Stanley Cup Finals. I watch it when if I go to my mom's house and they always have it on, but I haven't really been following it. I think the only game you've pirated here is Stardew Valley. So that logic doesn't apply. Yeah, I assume you bought it later. Like I think like if you can't afford the game, you can't afford the game, right? But like it's not like you would have bought the game, but you decided to pirate it instead. Like if you can't afford it, you can't afford it, and then like later on, if you enjoyed the game, you probably would play it, right? Like I think a lot of people like, or sorry, a lot of developers are like they don't try to like aggressive, like I mean not except like not like corporations, but like a lot of like indie developers, they don't try to like aggressively stop it, you know, because they're like, oh, we want people to be able to play our game, right? But not necessarily like people who would have bought it but then decided to just play it for free. The money is killing football, it's killing everything else that is good in the world. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, when I heard about the price of the subscriptions, because like everything, it's like very divided, right? Like you can't just, it's not just like one Premier League subscription and then you like it's not just like one subscription and then you can like watch every game. You have to like have like multiple subscriptions. Um, okay, bro, give up. If I deleted your message, it's because I didn't want the message there. Um, you bought a few more expensive games, but decided to pirate Stardew because Kimmy wasn't convinced to buy it just to try it out. Can't you refund on Steam though after 2 hours? Oh, like she didn't want to pay for it and then get her money back. I do like the 2 hour refund thing. I've definitely used it a few times because essentially it's like a demo, right? Like if you could just get the refund after 2 hours. I guess unless you're doing it like all the time, you probably get in trouble. But I think I've only refunded games like a handful of times. I think 2 hours are enough for some games. That's true, but like it's like a universal policy. Um, it's not like a universal policy. Like or sorry, it is a universal policy. There's only so much you can do. They're not gonna give you like 10 hours, right? Like I think it's fair enough. Obviously, not every game will be good after 2 hours, but I also don't necessarily agree like with like some games where people or like some shows, some movies or whatever. Sometimes it's like, oh, like it gets good, but like I don't know. It depends how long is after when it gets good. You know, like if you're like, oh, the game is 20-hour long, but it gets good after 10 hours, and it's like I feel like it's not worth. You know. But like for example, like I do recommend watching Parks and Rec, but the first season is really bad, right? So then like in that situation, I in that situation that I'm like, okay, there's so much good show, like seasons, like 7 seasons of good show after that terrible first season, which is it's only like half a season, by the way. So it's like in that situation, I feel it's worth it. Um, you weren't aware that it is a rule, you'd be more aware of it in the future. It's kind of like a case by case basis. It depends how you say it. What games did you want a refund for? I haven't refunded that many games. The only one I can really remember, the only one I can really remember clearly was Risk of Rain 2. It's not a bad game. It was just like way too hard for me. I was like, I'm not gonna get through this game, so I refunded it. It's a really good game, like if you like roguelikes, and it's like a first-person shooter roguelike. It's a really well-liked game, but I was just too bad at it. I was like, wow, I'm not gonna make it. Or games where like, I don't know, I can't remember what else I've refunded. It's probably only been like less than 5 games, I would say. I don't know, or maybe a game I realized I couldn't play in the way I want. I can't remember. It means better than nothing, but in Steam is great in general because with technical support, but sometimes there's 1 hour cutscenes, 1 hour gameplay. True. I guess in that case, you just have to like watch it on YouTube or something to get a good idea of things. But like, yeah, not every game like really. So it's not really like an actual demo, right? So it's more like in situations where you bought the game and it was like not what you expected, or like you bought the game and it doesn't like run. I think that's the main thing is maybe like you bought it and it doesn't run on your computer. Like, what if you accidentally bought a game and it like game? I don't feel like this wouldn't happen, but like it only runs on Mac computers or something. You know, like that could happen. Back when I used to play on a Mac, like a lot of games didn't have Mac support. So like, if you accidentally bought it and then like, you know, and then it doesn't run, then I think it's valid. And welcome in, Zach. I'm doing good. How about you? Another instance of me choosing first-person shooter to describe a third-person shooter. If there is a gun in it, I will call it a FPS. It like any game with a single gun, even if it's in a cutscene, I will call it a FPS. I'll be like, oh, it's a shooting game. Loading screens are counted, and mine are not so nice. Fair enough. I feel like if I were to pirate a game, I don't necessarily agree with pirating indie games, but I feel like Concerned Ape is doing okay. You know, I think he's okay. I think he's a millionaire. He's doing okay. And I feel like he's the type of guy as well to like, or he's the type of not type of guy, I don't know him. But like he's the type of developer who wouldn't necessarily care, you know, like if it's like, oh, like I want people to like I want everyone to be able to enjoy the game. I was watching a video, like, you know, some games back in the day they had like piracy detection, and then they would like be like really they would like do some silly things, or sometimes very malicious things, like if you had pirated the game. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, why'd you put so much effort into that? Like if it's just like a little like prank, whatever. But like if it's like they put so much effort into making the game awful for people who pirate, it's like, really? When was the last time you played something that isn't Genshin? I've been playing Elden Ring Night Rain quite a bit. But a decent amount. We beat quite a few bosses already. You're doing fine. That's good to hear. We should get a refund for Civilization 7. So bad. Oh, I've heard bad things. I watched that YouTuber who talks about the cheaters in Civ 6. And yeah, apparently Civ 7 is really bad. When are we doing an honor mode Baldur's Gate 3 run? How far do you guys think Zirconium will last in an honor mode run with me? Like, I might just die in a fight, and then he just doesn't revive me. He's like, oh, I'll revive you later. Never revives me. The anti-piracy trolling. Yeah, sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it's like, wow, you must have put like 2 weeks of developer time into this. Like, that achievement sound is music to your ears, so you're out of it. Oh no. You can't get the achievements if you pirate the game. Valid. So you encountered one in Indivisible, came across a dungeon that just wouldn't end, like it was procedurally generated. Did you pirate the game? Yeah, maybe they were messing with you. Who knows? But yeah, it's yeah. Yeah, maybe it was. Who knows? The damage per action cost of reviving you isn't worth a bonus action. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'll just I'll just wait. I'll just watch. My body will just be there. Or play as Gale. At least you can use the necrotic aura, you know? Yeah, it's a I don't know how useful it would be. But like I do like very supportive spells, you know? Like so I would be fairy firing everyone, you know? So I feel like that's gotta be useful. Fairy firing everyone, healing everyone. You're carrying me, okay. I mean you did get through the game once, but it seemed like you were struggling, so I feel like you gotta be able to fly through the game, you know? If you have like you have 2 team members, you basically only have 3 team members at that point, you know? So it's more like a challenge run. Immediate POV. I don't care how big the room is. I cast fireball. No, I don't do that. I don't do. You know who does that? Gwen, apparently. She posted a review in the Discord, and she was like, "Yeah, I started getting annoyed by the combat, so I started fireballing everyone, including my own team." And I was like, "That's valid. That's valid." But I don't use fireball. I don't like hurting my guys. You know, I prefer more. Yeah, I prefer more like supportive spells. I was a big fan of the globe of invulnerability, but then the enemies would come inside. I was like, guys, please don't come in here. It's funny. Um, or accidentally casting globe too close to the enemy, and then they're also in it, and then I get in trouble because it's like, hey, you put the globe on the guy. But sometimes it's like right at the edge, you know, and I'm like, oh, he's not in it, and then I cast it and he's in it. So that can happen. I remember dying at 90% completion in Steel, Soul Mode, and Hollow Knight. Is that like permadeath? I'm sorry, Ricky. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't think I would survive through Hollow Knight. It's more the platforming. I love the boss fight. I fought the False Knight, the first boss, the False Knight, and I thought it was so fun. But then, like, just doing normal platforming sections, like, I cannot do it. And welcome in, Reem. How are you? Casting Fireball on your teammates as a non-evocation wizard is feral behavior. I don't know what type of wizard my Gale was. He was a wizard for sure. I gave him. He got so many. He got so many like cool spells at level 5, and you can only use level 5 spells one time, which I was very sad about. I was like, wow, we get so many cool spells, and like we just, you know, it's just like we just can't use them. You think you have a good time in Marvel Rivals if it wasn't so chaotic? I actually have like actually I have a really bad time in first person games. I just have a really terrible sense of surroundings when I'm in a first. I guess I'm just not used to it. So it just, yeah, if it's too chaotic, I won't know what's going on. It's okay. Went to a K-pop fest with friends yesterday with a fun life and fun till I woke up and your period greeted you. Oh no. At least it was after you got home and not while you were out. But I'm sorry. Get whatever you need to make yourself feel better. I don't know what you like. I was gonna say chocolate, but I was like, you know what? Maybe not everyone likes that. I used to play support when I first started playing COD and Fortnite, but my teammates would die all the time and leave me alone carrying one gun and a million heals. Well, if you're gonna support, you gotta make sure your friends are gonna actually carry if you support them, you know. That's why I wasn't a big fan of playing support in like for example in like League of Legends. You're very reliant on your ADC being good, you know? But I guess you could just abandon them and go support someone else. That's usually what I did. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying my best, but you suck. I'm gonna just support the person who's playing the best, and then we'll win the game. You did again and went well. You're a persevering person. Let's go. Actually, waited 10 minutes. Yeah, at that point, I was like, at that point, I'm like, wow, that's very, very, speaking of persevering, very persevering. If I deleted your message twice, timed you out once, and then you still continue with that message, that's not, you know, you gotta get the hint at some point. It wasn't even that bad of a message. That's why I deleted it 2 times, because you could have just come back and said hello. Yesterday this morning you got your BTS albums after 3 months of wait. That's a long time of waiting. But congrats. I'm glad you got the photo cards you wanted. I don't know anyone's names. I'm sorry, but I only know some people's names. I like oh my god, I'm gonna forget. I like Jin. No, you're the DPS in your team. I mean, your friends weren't doing it, so fair enough. I appreciate Yokomoto, but they're already gone. I don't think they will understand after many times of explaining. You're gonna end before it's gonna end before your birthday. You can finally wear your new dress your aunt got you. Nice, let's go. Timed it perfectly, honestly. Like it's gotta come sometime. You timed it well. Right after your K-pop fest, before your birthday. They are out today. They are really out in force today. I think it's like some. I think it's just it comes and goes. Like I feel like we have many streams in a row where like everyone's very normal, and then like one stream they just I guess they all have like a group chat or something. There's like there's some sort of like I don't know. They just like all like contact each other or something. And welcome in Conrad, and welcome in Noon. You just felt nice for calling myself persevering. No, I'm kidding. Persevering is not inherently bad. Persevering on you know on like you know what I mean. There's persevering for good things and bad things. It's a neutral term, you know. The Instagram store you got them from, she ordered them in batch, so me and 8 other people, which I think is what took so long. Okay, yeah, I have not. I do like K-pop. I've never gotten into the. Luckily, I've never gotten into the photo cards thing. I know it can be a sink of money and time, but I'm sure it's very rewarding. And Wakamin said, "YouTube sends your presents." I think so. Welcome you to the fandom. Ricky, you're now an army. Congrats. You like J-Hope? Oh, I like J-Hope too. I like J-Hope and I like Jin. But I only really heard their solo stuff. I'm more of a 17 fan. I was only listening to girl groups for a while, but then now I like 17 a lot. You can borrow this whenever. Thanks, Satch. I will use it. Photo cards. Oh no, Lee. And welcome in, Tom. You have so many friends who have binders filled with so many photo cards. Yeah, it can be a gambling addiction for sure. And there's no pity on this gambling addiction. You have new K-pop obsessions, NMIX and XG. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of XG fans in chat, and everyone is trying to get me on XG, but it's taking a while. But yeah, but I do love NMIX. I'm a big fan of good vocals, so obviously NMIX. Like, do I need to say more? You plan on buying 17 next? Nice. Who are you trying to get? Who are you trying to pull? I have my faves in 17, but literally every time, as like somewhat of a casual fan, every comeback, they all look completely different. Like Maybe it's just me, but like I'm just not familiar with them. But like every time they look completely different. And I'm like, I cannot find anyone in this group of 13 people. Um, what the stream? Yes, yes, we're we're chatting. And Mix Bay is Bay. I like Hewon. I really like her voice. And Mix Changer, let's go. I just like good vocals, and you cannot deny NMix has good vocals. Ah, you want Mingyu? Nice, nice. How old am I? 18? No, I'm not 18. Like the boy band dances, lots of punching, very aggressive. True, true. They definitely use their strength to their advantage in a lot of the choreos. They go pretty hard on the dancing. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too, protagonist. How are you? We were just talking about K-pop. K-pop as usual. Um but I wasn't really like I wasn't really yeah. I as someone who just very casually follows them, I was like I don't know who is who. Every time they look different, I'm like, okay. Dino has blonde hair. And then next time like it's like half the group has blonde hair, half the group has different color hair, and then they like swap. And then you're like, okay, now Dino has black hair, and then now they have blonde. Like I'm like, what's going on? Weather's starting to warm up again. It's actually been a lot cooler here recently, which I'm very happy about. My apartment finally cooled down after about a week of having the window open. It finally cooled down, so I'll enjoy this for the next, who knows, next week or so, maybe less. K-pop and yapping about K-pop. I'm very. I have a lot of I'm always very behind on the K-pop. Although I was listening to the English version of Hot, and then I realized like growing up since like 2011, I was a huge Little Mix fan. They're a British girl group, and I always wanted them to collab with a K-pop group because like Little Mix, they're always like they're one of the few like there's not many like Western groups, right? Like these days, as much as there are in like K-pop, right? And they are the only ones who really like sing and dance like on like full on sing and dance on stage, you know, um like some K-pop groups do. And so I always thought they would be a good collaboration, right? And then like and every time I watch like trainees or like you watch like Produce 48 stuff like that, they're always dancing and they're always covering Little Mix songs like as trainees or even after they debut, they'll like cover them on tour and stuff like that. So I feel like they're quite well known in that sphere because I guess there's not that many Western girl groups to cover, right? Um, but I was wanting them to collab, but then the Little Mix have kind of like broken up at this point. They're all doing like solo stuff, right? It's been like 14 years, and but I realized there was like a version of Hot that was like featuring Jade, and then I was like, I didn't really realize that was Jade from Little Mix, and then I realized it was Jade from Little Mix. And I was like, damn, I had no idea. So I had part of my dream fulfilled. I do love Jade from Little Mix. She was my bias in K-pop terms. In XG, like Jiren, nice. I don't know their names. Yeah, it's Father's Day this weekend. You got your dad another book about UFOs because he's a true believer. Nice, nice. I hope your dad finds some UFOs one day. And the IU dropped an album a few weeks ago. It's pretty good. You love red sneakers. Oh, I didn't know that either. I'm so behind. I don't know where people get their K-pop news from. I don't know these things. Is there a newsletter? Little Mix and N Mix should collab. Honestly, that would be actually be quite good. Although, like, I think I've always, for me, what would make most sense is like Little Mix and like Mamamoo. Just because of like the ages, because like Little Mix are like in their 30s now, like they're like or like they're approaching. They must be 30 now. I feel like it maybe wouldn't fit the vibe, but vocally, Little Mix and N Mix would be great. But I feel like Mama would just fit better. They both have 4 members, you know, like I feel like it would work out well. They're both like very vocally oriented. The K-pop news comes from Korea, really. Everyone's just from Korea. It just gets shipped over. Twitter. I don't go on Twitter. YouTube recommended. Fair enough. My YouTube recommended is not K-pop. You love Mamamoo too. I think that'd be a great collab if they were all still together, like Little Mix and I don't know if Mamamoo are still together, but that would have been a great collab. But the time has passed. The time has passed. But Little Mix and N Mix, in terms of both mix, that would work out. Yeah, in terms of their names. And I think, but yeah, I just feel like N Mix are quite young. I always made myself the same question when I was in school. How do people know about the test days? I'm pretty sure they announce those things, Ricky. I think it's called paying attention. Solar just released a solo. And it's so beautiful. Yeah, she's really talented. The Mamamoo members are very talented. I always appreciate good vocals. You know, good vocals are hard to come by in K-pop. So when people are genuinely really talented vocalists, then I always appreciate that. It should have been in the syllabus. Yeah, it should have. We need a K-pop syllabus. Moonbyul releasing a solo next week. Nice. Yeah, I was never like a big I'm not necessarily like a big Mamamoo fan. Like I never like followed their music or anything like that, but like their music wasn't really my cup of tea. I would say like their style of music was not something I usually listen to, but I do appreciate that they have good vocals. And same with NMIX. I don't necessarily listen to them, but I've heard a lot of them sing, and I appreciate that they can sing very well. Especially while dancing, you know. Solar. What? I cannot even say it now. Solar and Win are your biases. Nice. Egotistical by Mamamoo having a death grip in 2019. Oh yeah. No. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, they had some big hits for sure. I was just never a big fan of their style of music. Nothing against them. It's just not what I would normally listen to. I think it's just too like it had too much of a 2010s pop feel. I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, I do like when I can hear good vocals. It makes me very happy. And they are definitely like it's few and far between in K-pop, but sometimes you get a really good artist, and I think that can be really good. But these days I'm like yeah, there's really good vocalists out there, but then I feel like as a theater kid myself, I'm like wow, like people are like, oh, these people are like, say these K-pop idols are really good at singing and dancing, but then you look at like Broadway performers, and they're doing that all the time, and they're doing it at a like, obviously they're not dancing as hard, but they are like singing and dancing on stage, and the level of vocals is like 90% of them are better than, say, like Wendy, you know, right? So it's like, wow, the standard of vocals is like completely different, right? But obviously you don't have that K-pop performance. Like it's obviously a very different medium. Like they're like acting, and it's like a play, right? It's not the same thing. But in terms of vocal skill, I'm just like just built different for like professional vocalists. You heard Death Grips and you're excited for a second. What is that? And welcome in Metallica. We're having a good day. I am. How about you? There's a rumor that Chaeyoung from Twice will release a solo later this year. I would love a Chaeyoung solo. Oh my gosh. Like for me, I always felt like Nayeon, Jio, and Chaeyoung would be like the soloist. Like I did not expect Chewie to release a solo first, you know? Because in terms of like who is like the most like well rounded and like um, but then Chewie very much surprised me. She has been working on her vocals like crazy. Like she was never like a bad vocalist, but she was never like that strong of a vocalist, right? Like it was like fine. Like she didn't sound bad, but she wasn't like super strong at singing, right? But then she's clearly been working on her voice like crazy. Because it was like maybe like a year ago when they were on the Killing Voice, and Chewie was like one upping people that I didn't expect her to one up, you know? And I was like, damn, she's just been working hard, which I think is commendable. Because like the K-pop companies are not like, I feel like aside from like SM, they are not teaching them vocals, right? Like they're not teaching these idols how to sing. So I think the idols who go out of the way to improve are like doing so on their own time. And I know like people from 17 and stuff, they like hire their own like they use their own money to hire their own vocal coaches to work with them and improve on their vocals. Death Grips is an experimental hip hop group. Emphasis on the experimental. I would expect nothing different. What is your favorite Broadway musical? I don't know. It was Les Miserables, but I don't know if it's still my favorite. I don't know. I do love Les Mis. It's just like I feel like Les Mis live is like really good, but I don't know. Happy birthday, Chewie! Oh yeah, it's a birthday! Happy birthday, Chewie! Was not expecting to like Chewie's song. I know, and her song was really good too. Her vibe, like the vibe of her song was really good. Chaeyoung, this is a solo artist after IZ*ONE broke up. Do you mean Chaeyeon? You mean Chaeyeon from IZ*ONE? Chaeyoung is from Twice. They're not related. You want a Jonghyun solo? Yeah, true. Jonghyun solo would be good as well. Miju, I heard Miju was distraught about Death Grips breaking up. I was crying all night. You like the original West Side Story? Oh yeah, I saw West Side Story at we have like there's like sometimes they show plays at Stanley Park here, and I saw West Side Story there. It's really good. Chaeyeon is Chaeyoung's sister. Yeah. But Chaeyoung with a G. Yeah, they're no relation to Chaeyoung from Twice. Yeah. Got the names mixed up. No problem. They're very similar. They're very similar. Jonghyun did a cover of One OK Rock and it's beautiful. Yeah, that's the one. I think you sent it to me, right? Or maybe someone else sent it to me. I did watch it. And it was great. I realized because I was looking at recently I was looking at like concert videos and stuff like that because I was very curious what how idols are performing at their concerts and stuff like that. I was just kind of curious about Twice. And Twice sing live, right? But their solo stages, almost all of them lip sync their solo stages, and they just focus more on, like, I guess they're putting more of a dance performance. Except Jonghyun is singing, but I guess hers is not in a dance performance. Jonghyun was singing live, and obviously like Jio and like Nayeon would sing live, but yeah, Jonghyun is making her way up there on the vocals, you know. Mix up since they all started on the Twice formation show. Oh yeah, true. I will never get over the 16. Like the weird rivalry they tried to pull between Momo, who was like a grown woman, with Natty, who was literally like 9 or 10 years old. They were like, oh, like what a rivalry. I'm like, literally, she's a child. Like, what do you mean there's a rivalry? And I'm pretty sure there was not a rivalry between them, but the show was just like trying to make one up, you know? And I was like, that's so stupid. Like, no offense, Like Nadi's very talented, but like Momo has like 8 years of experience on her. Like it's not really close. Um, it was very strange. And it's not like she was, and it's like weird because it's not like the 10-year-olds were gonna debut, right? They were not gonna debut the 10-year-olds in Twice. So it's like, why were they even there? Did they just not have enough people? Like it just didn't make any sense. A lot of them would not have made it anyway. As much as they love to debut children, I think 10 is too young. So weird. And then the that really weird judge who was like, "Oh, Gio's too chubby," and it's like, bro, get over yourself. Like it was just like that show is very cruel as well. But I feel like a lot of survival shows are very cruel. But I will always be a Gio stan. Like she is very very talented. That 10 years of training really really shows. Yeah, on the show they were like taking pictures and they were like, "Oh yeah, Gio's too chubby," and then like I can't remember exactly what it was. Like to her face, to her face. I was like, bro, like usually like yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. But yeah, I was like recently recently also I've been really enjoying seeing like I've been really enjoying seeing unedited photos of K-pop idols cuz like you see them in like their Instagram photos or like professionally taken photos and they look great, but like you see photos of them in person and they look different, right? Like if you see a photo of someone that someone just takes at the concert, they look like real people, right? Like it made me kind of realize, and I think they look better that way. Um, and like you can just see them and like they don't look worse. Like they don't look worse at all, right? Like they look beautiful in person. They just look like real people that you could actually see, you know? Because if you just see like a lot of their Instagram photos and professional photos, they're all like heavily edited. Like their faces are completely edited, their bodies are completely edited. And then you see them in person, like you see them in person, and then like you're like, oh, they have real faces, they have real bodies. Like the one thing I really noticed, like I remember before, like when Kalani went to the Twice concert, I think someone they knew was like really really close to the stage, so they had a lot of photos of them like really close up at the concert, and like you see how Twice looks in person. They have like fat on their thighs, like you can see that they have like body. They're not fat, they're very very slim, but they obviously have like, you know, they obviously have thighs, right? And they have like, you know, you can see like their waists are not like as small as their neck, you know, like stuff like that. Or like you can see stuff like, oh, like this idol doesn't have perfect skin, you know, like, and you're like, I think that kind of stuff is important to see, you know, because like I feel like a lot of times you can see all these like really really edited photos and it's like completely unrealistic, right? Like no one looks like that. And seeing them with flaws, even, they're still extremely extremely beautiful. But they look like real people, and it's like, oh, that looks like a person I could see on the street. Like if I saw them on the street, I'd be like, damn, they're really beautiful, but they're still a real person, right? Michael Jackson was 10 when he was in the Jackson 5 and he was well adjusted. True, yes. I remember the said the other day with IU was averagely pretty. Kimmy was so insulted. No, IU's a goddess. I'm insulted, yeah. Maybe first. Congrats on being first, Ratzi. Now that Ratzi's here, you gotta get going. Oh no. Okay, okay. Take care, Ricky. I understand. I understand. You cannot be in the presence of Ratzi. Real Twice are all still beautiful. Exactly, exactly. I mean, not even like still beautiful. They're just beautiful, right? Like they're like seeing them in person. They're gorgeous, right? But they look really different than and like the album covers and their Instagram photos. Like their Instagram photos are so filtered. You guys have no idea. Like all the idols, they use really heavy filters on like Instagram photos or even like fan taken photos. They actually do edit them. They'll like filter the skin, they'll filter, they'll do lots of stuff. Um so it's like, but I yeah, recently I've there's a lot of people post like, oh, like this idol in real life, and like, they look great. They look like a real person, and I think it's valuable for sure. Because like you already have like, because idols are already like, they're already chosen because they're pretty, and then they get a lot of like procedures done and stuff like that, right? So obviously, even if you see them in real life, it may not be attainable in that sense that they might have had stuff done. A lot of them probably do have stuff done, but then you add like an extra layer on top of that of like them being like heavily filtered and stuff like that. So it's like it gets too far, right? They start looking like not real. And like I don't know if people necessarily have the same experience, but like as like a woman, like I'm pretty skinny, but then you look at the idols in like in like photo shoot photos, and they're like unbelievably skinny, right? And you're like, oh, like they have like literally like nothing on their waist, and they have like no fat on their legs and stuff like that. And you're like, that doesn't seem possible, right? Like, right? But then you see twice in person, it's like, oh, like that looks normal. Like, okay, that looks attainable. Um, BB and IU have no flaw. They are goddesses for sure, but I'm sure they also have bad skin days, or sometimes they're a little bit bloated, and they're only human, and I think that makes people more attractive, right? Like, I think the perfectly filtered photos a lot of times looks less like it doesn't. I feel like a lot of people say like when they met idols in person, they were more attractive because they're like, oh, that looks like a real person that I could be attracted to, versus like a perfect image, I use filters to make people look uglier. To make your photos look uglier, to hedge people's expectation. That's one way to do it, yeah. And then they see in person, you're like, wow, you look a lot better in person. And welcome in, Puppet. Hope you're doing well today. I hope you're not too strung up. Looks down, I'm skinny too. Right. You saw a video trying One Young's diet, which is tomato juice and strawberries. It was crazy. Or there's the IU diet where she has like a small protein shake in the morning. What was it? No, no, no. She has an apple in the morning and then like a small potato, like half a sweet potato, and then a protein shake. Something like that. That one was really famous for a long time, the IU diet. And welcome in, AJ. But yeah, even when you see the idols like in person, they might be still unattainable. It might still be unattainable. Like some of them are just not eating, like just straight up not eating, or like I think they just get so much, like they get so much stuff done, right? Like stuff that even if it's not like, I think people notice stuff that's like really obvious, like a really obvious nose job people might notice, but I think a lot of them do get like really, really small things done, because I think there's a lot of small things you can do, like just a little bit of eyelid surgery, or like just a really like a subtle nose job that like almost looks like your normal nose, but it's just a little bit better. And a lot of them get like fillers. It's not really surgery, they get fillers. Some people have very, very strong fillers for sure. And then like, so it's like stuff like that, or like IU gets like, apparently she's very, very pale IRL. You can get like vitamin C injections, and it like makes your skin pale. Like it just makes your skin paler if you get these like vitamin injections, and like they're doing stuff that you've never heard of, okay? Like and apparently it's very common, which is weird. The one thing I find really weird is that they want the idols to like lose weight, right? They want them to be really, really skinny, but then they also want them to wear like padding in their clothes. Like they have padding on their hips, and they have paddings on their butt, and like they have paddings on their chest as well. It's like you wanted them to lose weight, and then now you want them to have curves. Like what? Pick a lane. Pick a lane. You can't be skinny and have both. one of the IVE girls' diet was half an apple. Like, eat the whole. I mean, no, like, how much is half an apple gonna add? Just eat the whole apple, man. I'm pretty sure IU was eating a whole apple. IU looks amazing no matter what. Exactly, exactly. It's sad that she had to like starve herself, basically. But she debuted very young as well, so she's probably been through a lot. Let's be real. Probably, she's probably very traumatized from being in the entertainment industry for so long. Yeah. Apparently, IU is like really, really pale in person, which I don't know how you achieve, you know. And that's one thing that gets filtered a lot. Like they filter their skin to be very, very pale, even in like paparazzi photos and stuff like that. So you see them on stage and stuff like that. They're a lot darker in person. Although some people are very pale, like IU, Dion, stuff like that. Forget what IVE Girl was, but they basically ate nothing for weeks to be able to debut. Yeah, I believe that. Momo did that too. And I'm like, literally, like they could have died, you know. Like I feel like that's so dangerous. It's not worth your life, you know. And like literally, like it's just very silly. Your main K-pop likes are those. Nice, nice. Yeah, there's a lot of really bad things about like the industry and the beauty standards and stuff like that. I feel like it's very important to keep that in mind, you know, because like a lot of idols have had stuff done. If you're comparing yourself to them, you should know that they probably pretty much every idol has had varying degrees of stuff done, even if it's not surgical. They have a lot of resources to look good that normal people don't have, you know. And welcome in Nikki. Wonyoung was literally a moving sculpture in an IVE debut. True, true. Wonyoung is beautiful. Oh god. Even Angel's like, oh god, I don't know if I can handle this joke. But yeah, I think I like. What's I gonna say? Can't remember. Can't remember. But I feel like the more I see those things, the more I'm like, oh yeah, you can buy beauty, you know? Like if you want to be hot, you can just buy it, you know? There's a lot of things it can do. I think like those I think those things are hard. Those things are hard to see for sure. But some things I definitely do notice. Like some idols, I think a lot of people end up going over. They end up overdoing fillers, you know? Because like I feel like once sometimes people start getting like lip filler and stuff like that, they can like really overdo it. I think a lot of times it looks the best when they do it very subtly. Like if you get a nose job and it's like your normal nose, but it's like better. Some people I think have botched nose jobs. I've definitely noticed. I was looking at Umbi's photos recently, and her nose is like a stick straight. Like I feel like they messed it up. Like I feel like something went wrong, cause her nose is like literally like this. Like if you've ever seen her side profile since like maybe like 2 or so years ago, it seemed like they made it way too straight. You know, I feel like it's just a bit maybe a bit too far. Why buy beauty when I can pay to meet Twice? You can pay to meet beauty. Twice got me back into K-pop after I was away for a while. Nice, nice. Who's looking at people's noses? I just noticed because like she had a side profile photo, and I was like, "What happened?" Because I remember I was watching Running Man with Jack, and it was like the Umbi episode, and he was like, "I swear her nose looks different." And I was like, "Oh, I don't really know because I don't look at Umbi that often, right?" And I was like, I can't remember what her nose looked like before. But then I looked at it recently from the side, and it's like so straight that like no human has this nose, you know, especially not an Asian person does not have this nose. I was like looking at no, he just like saw her on the episode when she came out, and he's like, she looks different. she something was different about her, you know. And he was right. He was right. Her nose, that is not a real nose. But actually, um, I was looking up a photo of it to confirm, and then Umbi has actually just admitted to it. Like she just says like, "Oh yeah, I got work done," and I think that's respectable. Cause like I have nothing wrong. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with getting stuff done. Like that's your choice. It's your body. It's your choice, right? But like lying about it is, I think, a bit harmful, right? Because like you might have a lot of like younger fans who be like, oh, I wish I could look like Umbi. Like why aren't I as pretty as Umbi, right? But like, you know, she's had stuff done, and I think if she like, because she said yes, I've had stuff done, then people can be like, oh, okay, I shouldn't compare myself to someone who's, you know, who has like unnaturally obtained certain things, right? Like you can't be like, oh, I wasn't born with it. Neither was she, right? Who's knows what we're talking about? Kwanumbi. But yeah, it's a. I think at least you could. It's weird that like everyone does it, but like no one admits to it. I think that's the thing as well. And I think it could be quite harmful to like, you know, beauty standards and stuff like that. But what's new, you know? I think it's the same in the West too. Even back since 2020, it's been a while. You personally rather date a woman who's had a broken nose than someone with a fake nose? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a fake nose. Like that's their choice. It's their body, right? I don't think there's anything bad about it. Like I don't think there's anything. I don't think any less of people who've had stuff done. But if they lie about it, then I think that can be harmful, right? Because you're kind of like be like, you know, people are looking up to you, people are comparing themselves to you, but you know they could never attain that. You basically skip third gen. That's okay. I didn't have work done, or I'm just gonna continue to be ignorant. I feel like she must have. Been a while, man. But I think she looks like, even if she did have stuff work done, she looks pretty natural. I mean, she definitely gets those injections to make her skin white. You still celebrity chef, except that hat that doesn't fit on your big head. You're previously around for SNSD, Kara, nice. I've been listening to a lot of, or watching a lot of like Hyolyn performances recently, and I really like her. Speaking of people who can really sing and dance, like she's really talented. Did you hear about the guy who got surgery to look like Jimin from BTS? Yeah, that guy. He. Speaking of not looking natural, yeah, that's definitely a surgical face for sure. But I think he had like other issues, you know, like the fact that he got like so many, like if you get like that many plastic surgeries, then I think you have other underlying issues, right? You hear Gio, of course. Can't look like a vampire in Korea. You can if you're IU, apparently. Wonder Girls. This cashier had a Wonder Woman shirt. From the side, I thought it said Wonder Girls. Oh no. Imagine. You get surgery to look like Ryan Reynolds. I'm sure you could, yeah. Didn't Ryan Reynolds? No, Ryan Reynolds had surgery done, and he admitted to it. He's very open about it, right? If you stop using that money for K-pop con, you should go to his surgeon's probably very expensive. If you stop using that, oh, I just read that. And hello Slick. The Seraphim didn't want me to spend money. Why? Ryan Reynolds doesn't make you popular with the girly girls, so yeah, girls don't like Ryan Reynolds, man. Except Blake Lively, I guess. I think girls are more likely to like Blake Lively than Ryan Reynolds. Okay, okay. I'm just going to the bathroom, by the way. I'll be right back. You guys discuss your man crushes while I'm gone. BRB. Okay, okay, I'm back. You only crush on women? Yeah, honestly, Ratsy, if you got surgery to look like Sabrina Carpenter, you'd be real popular with the girlies. That's a true that's the true answer. K-pop Demon Slayer. Oh yeah, the Netflix series. I don't have high hopes about this. I'll let you watch it first, and you can let me know. But I don't have high hopes about that. If I'm getting surgery to look like a girl, it's obviously baby. That would also work, yeah. If you got surgery to look like baby, that would definitely work on the girls. I think BB's very very popular. You're only really there for your twice girls. What? You guys know my one and only K-pop crushes, Jenny and Kazuha. You guys know about how I feel about Kazuha, you know? Kazuha, I should and she's recently been the Lululemon ambassador. You guys know I love Lululemon. We're in Lululemon right now. Chaewon gang. I mean, Chaewon's beautiful. You have to admit she's beautiful. Like obviously she's pretty. They're all pretty. They're all K-pop idols. They're all pretty. But Kazuha, Kazuha's my girl. You know, Kazuha's my wife. Yeah, it's what was I even saying? What was I even saying? I don't know. Girl, Kazuha, like, love her. She can't sing, but she has great abs and she's beautiful. Me just two crushes. Me, anyone my age has most likely been a crush over the years. Ratsy, you're too indiscriminate. Come on. You ship it? Thank you, thank you. Kazuha makes you lose your train of thought, but you really are in love. Exactly. Kazuha can sing. Actually, she has been improving a lot. She was on the Lee Mujin service, and you know they gave her songs that she could sing. She could sing well, and she was fine. Yeah, she was fine. Is she like the best vocalist ever? No, but she's clearly been working on it, and I can appreciate idols who are clearly working on their vocals. You know, like I think that's commendable. You know. Cause like you know, obviously like I don't, you know, like for me, you guys know how I feel. For me, I feel like there's like a minimum, you know, like I don't think idols have to be like incredible singers, but they still are like they're releasing music, right? Like they're releasing music and they sing on the track. They should at least, I think for me, bare minimum, they should at least be able to sing their own song like on pitch, relatively decently. You know, like they don't have to sound amazing, right? Like and not everyone has to be Wendy. I understand that, but like there should be a minimum bar for what they produce. Like I feel like sometimes they're releasing songs that they cannot sing. Like and it's like I feel like that's a bit I think that's a bit too far for me personally. Like I would prefer if they could, you know, sing the songs they release. And I don't think it's a high bar and sometimes they do not reach that bar, which is very disappointing to me as someone who likes vocals a lot. But, you know, not everyone cares about vocals. That's fine. I personally do. I appreciate when idols sing live. I appreciate when they bring their own artistry to when approaching their vocals, and I appreciate when they care about their vocals and they care about, you know, practicing and improving and stuff like that. Yeah, I would prefer that. And I don't think it's too much to ask for. I really don't think it's too much to ask for to be like you should be able to sing the song that you release, you know? If I release a song and I can't sing it, I feel like that's maybe problematic. Yeah, this is a good song. And I don't mind if they just release songs that like or like certain members get vocal parts that are really easy or very simple. I think that's good actually. Like I think they should be given parts that are simpler and that they can sing. It would probably help if they wrote their own songs. Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean that's actually speaking of that, that's one thing that G Idol does very well, right? They're not all like incredible singers. Like they're all pretty talented, but they um apparently from what I heard, Soyeon, who writes most of their songs, she has each member in mind and has each member's strengths and weaknesses in mind while writing parts and assigning parts. And I think that ends up working out quite well. And I think that's how it should be done. But usually I think they just like buy a song off someone or they just write a song and they're like, you're gonna sing this, but like even if they can't, you know? But I don't think they necessarily like tailor make each song for each group. Call Me a Hating Harry, but I wonder how many times the idol wrote a song but they contributed one line. I think often, yeah. I think very often. A lot of times you hear the demo of a song that was like written by like some Swedish artist or something, you know, and it sounds exactly the same. They didn't change any. They pretty much didn't change anything. And then it gets given to like a K-pop group, and then one of them has like a writing credit, and you're like, the demo sounds the same. Like, what did you write? You know, like you didn't write anything. So I think it happens a lot, but I think that also happens a lot in Western music. You know, because like a lot of Western songs have like 20 people on the writing credits. So it's like, how much should each person really contribute? Um, BB writes her own songs. Yeah. I mean, BB's not even exactly an idol, right? Like she's more of like a hip hop artist. But yeah, it's a. I think that happens a lot in just the music industry in general, right? Like there's always so many people credited on like it's not that common to have like one person credited on the song. So and I think a lot of times there's a lot of trickery that goes on with the credits of pop music. So I think that does happen. Designed by community music for real. Who knows what people actually contributed, you know? Tix. I don't know who that is. Wrote Sleep by Psycho for Ava Max. Yeah, and I think songs get passed around a lot, you know? Like, it's like, oh, this song was for this person, but then they sold it to someone else, you know, it's a whole thing. It's a Norwegian artist. Oh, nice. Why do you know this fact? Why do you know this fact? Are you a fan of Ava Max? I only know that song because of Just Dance. It's on Just that's the only reason I know it. It's part of the whole lore with the Rasputin guy. That's how I know this. Yeah, it's what was I even saying? Yeah, I mean I'm very I'm very like, you know, I just I'm a truther. Sorry, a truther sounds like a weird word. It sounds like I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm definitely like very skeptical of certain things in K-pop. There's a lot of vocal trickery going on. There's a lot of lip syncing. A lot of times they're just singing. There's a very loud backtrack and you can barely hear them over it, that kind of thing, you know? I'm very skeptical of certain people's vocal abilities. Sleep Psycho is your theme song. No way. You don't listen to Tix, but he seems like a good egg. I guess he's famous Norwegian guy. They have good songs. I don't know this guy. I'm sorry. I don't listen to Ava Max nor Tix. But sweet Bus Psycho. Mija actually has a really deep voice IRL. She has a voice filter. Actually, I was looking back at one of my old VODs, and I realized my voice has changed. In the last year or 2 years, my voice has changed. And I started noticing at the start of this year, around like January or so, I noticed that my voice started getting really sore after stream. So I think I must have accidentally changed my voice. I must have changed something in the way I'm speaking, and now it's like straining my voice when I'm talking. And I don't know how to fix it. Like I thought maybe it was just because like the air was really dry, because it was like winter, and that's why my voice was getting sore. But then I looked back. I looked back at like 2 years ago, and my voice is really different when streaming. And I'm like, what did I do? How do I change it back? You know, like I feel like I'm just talking, and I just don't know how to change it back. And I think my voice used to be lower, so I don't know how to do it, to put it back. The braces, you think? Like, cause I got my braces off, I speak. But like, why would the pitch of my voice change? You know? I like this has been confounding me. Like, should I go to speech therapy? Like, am I doing something wrong? Cause I've noticed that like my voice does get sore after stream, and it never used to. I used to stream like 4 hours or something like that, and I wouldn't have a sore voice. But these days I do. And I thought maybe I was just like speaking more loudly, but I don't even know. Is it correlated when you started smoking? Yeah. I just started chain smoking. That's why. Voice change means you're hitting late puberty. But like, wouldn't my voice go lower if I hit puberty? If it was just me getting older, wouldn't my voice be lower? Almost sounds like there's a voice changer. Oh no. You're not done hitting puberty. So thank you. My voice finally dropped. I'm gonna be a bass, a baritone now. There used to be 4 hour. I literally did a 4 hour stream last week, Angel. Last Sunday, I streamed from like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't do Pepe hands on me or me drug hands on me. You got one last week. Reverse puberty. I'm getting younger. I really was 18. I'm a Miju voice truther. Zirconia met me in person and realized I sound like who's known for having a very low voice. There's someone who's a guy. Oh, I don't even know. There's people who are known for having super, super low voices. One of those guys. That's me. I cannot remember. James Earl Jones, sure. Miju Freeman, yeah. Corpse Husband, yeah, that's me. IRL, I sound like Corpse Husband. Darth Vader. I think it's like different. I don't know. I feel like that's a different voice. I don't know. But yeah, I swear I changed the way I speak, and like I don't know how to change it back because I feel like what I was doing before was better, and I don't know what to do. Should I just listen to myself like from back in the day, and then like it will just come back to me? I don't know. Um, Spaceballs 2 coming next year. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Is that like Space Jam? It sounds familiar, but I'm actually not sure what it is. It's I feel like I changed. Yeah, I don't know what I changed, and I don't know how it happened. Like I don't know what caused my voice to change, but who knows? Oh, parody of Star Wars? What? Oh, I've never heard of this. I wouldn't have watched it anyway. By Mel Brooks. I don't know who that is either. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. Who are these people? But yeah, it's I'll try and study some pop culture. No, I need to figure out why my voice changed because I want to be able to speak without feeling like my throat is sore, you know? Don't know what happened, don't know what I did. Maybe I'll just try and speak lower and quieter. I have no idea. But yeah, I had my singing lesson on Thursday, and we're starting on the French. We're starting on the. I'm learning a French song, and I've started actually learning the French part. And I'm channeling my inner Miguette, singing in French. It's it's tough, you know. I thought I was better at French than I am. Started figuring out the voice changing. Oh, I just read that. You guys are crazy if you think Miju knows Mel Brooks. I've never heard of this in my life. Claire Obscure. Expedition 33. Canada Anthem in French. Did you have to do that in school, Ratsy? Did you sing the first verse in English and the second verse in French? Because that's what we had to do. But my school had French immersion kids. You did? Okay, okay. That must be a Canadian standard. But I cannot remember the French part at all now. I can kind of hear it in my head, but not really. I haven't done that since elementary school. Imagine if Miju changes the voice again. It sounds like the nunny guy. Again, I don't know who that is. It sounds like a weeb thing though, so that I don't think that's a lack of culture. I think that's a something else. That sounds like a weeb meme or something like that, you know? So I'm okay. I don't need to sound like that guy. But yeah, it's what maybe in another 2 years, I'll have a completely different voice again. Although I don't think my voice is completely different, but it's clearly different. If you go back and listen, it has changed. And I just don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. Don't know. It seems bad. I feel like it shouldn't happen, but who knows? In 2 years, you can finally sing sis songs. True, true. She has a low voice. Her songs are so low. I'm a soprano through and through. The song I'm singing now is like really, really high. And I think I found my element there. I'm like 3 octaves above Taylor Swift right now. Are you singing the French Direction song? Sur, sous, dans, devant, derrière. No, I'm not. I'm not singing. I don't know that song. I'm not singing that. I'm singing the flower duet. I think it's somewhat well known. Flower duet. And then I'm gonna sing it with my teacher. And I'm gonna be completely outsung by her. You have to sing the French directions in French class? No, no. My French teacher made songs. Made songs in French, but they were like parodies of existing songs. I thought it was quite fun. It was kind of fun. What the heck do they do in Q? I didn't have this French direction song. I'm sorry. We had the provinces and territories song. Did you have that one? Can you sing Farrah Jacques? um, Probably, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I know all the words. That one didn't come up though in my singing lesson. In French class, you learned about ants. Ants. What's the word for ant in French? That was my question as well. French ant man. Je m'appelle Paul Rudd. J'aime on peu. That's not correct. But you guys kind of know what I'm trying to say. I don't remember elementary French class. I think grade 6. But you remembered that you learned about ants. You just didn't remember. You just don't remember anything from the class. Ant-Man superpower D&D spell enlarge reduce. You don't reduce that small though. They're just like slightly smaller. Cause I did it on Scratch because I thought he would look cute if he was really small. But he wasn't really that small. He was like marginally smaller. And I was like, oh. He was a bit small, to be fair. And welcome in, Stefan. Hope you're doing well. Wait, I don't have enough French vocabulary to speak about ants. I can only say about Paul Rudd. And welcome in, Alan. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, I am butchering the French pronunciation in Flower Duet. Really, really trying my best. And they like break up words in like the middle of like. They break up words. Like it will be like one word, but the word will be like 16 notes, and I'm like, what is this? Why is it like this? Welcome to. Thank you. Enlarge reduce would just be such a good superpower. You never run out of leg room on planes. That's true. That's not bad. Out of all the Baldur's Gate spots, you could have IRL. Yeah, I feel like enlarge. You know, like you could be like, oh, I can't reach that on the shelf. Enlarge, and you can reach it just slightly. You know. Google says ant is for me. Okay. Je m'appelle for me. Not that I struggle with leg room. Yeah, we've never struggled with that. You're doing amazing. Sitting in nature. Oh, sounds nice. I hope it's a nice day out today. I'm sitting not in nature, clearly, but I'm doing good. Like the plushies that are set up at the back. Thank you, thank you. Order Costco hot dog, $1.50, and then shrink down. You got hot dog for weeks. Damn. Is that with the life hacks? Detect thoughts would be kind of fun. Just to watch people freak out when you know what they're thinking. I would not want to detect thoughts. Like, I do not want to read people's minds. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one. Do you guys want that? I feel like that'd be terrible. Like I feel like that would be like. I don't think you want to know what's going on in people's minds. Like I feel like life is better if you don't know. You hear a lot of things you didn't want to hear. Je suis for me, monsieur. Oui. Oui. I don't know. The weather is good today, unlike usual in Denmark. Nice, that is great. You're too insecure for that? Yeah, you would hear a lot of things about yourself, you know? Or you would just hear about their personal life that you don't want to hear, you know? Or like TMI. You'd hear a lot of TMI. You agree with me? Yeah, I don't think you'd want to hear people's thoughts. Especially if you couldn't control it. Disguise self, invisibility, long strider, feather fall. There's a lot of good spots. I feel like invisibility is good. Or something like arcane door. Like I think teleporting would be, if I could choose a superpower, like a classic superpower, then I think teleporting would be a good one. Speaking of leg room on planes, you would never have to go on a plane again. Although arcane door only works if you can see the place, but I think it's kind of stupid. Featherfall would be good as well. You could lose your fear of heights. You sure you wouldn't want to read mine? Actually, you can probably already. It's just like BB, BB, BB. You like the idea of speaking animals, but I don't think dogs have anything smart to say. Your dog? Oh yeah, speak with animals could be fun. I would love to speak with my dog. I don't think you would have anything smart to say. You'd just be like, treat? Could I have treat? And you'd be like, no, Luca, no treat. And he's like, are you sure? You know? But I think it'd be nice to speak with them once. It's me who can control whose thoughts I can hear, then yes. I don't want to control people's thoughts. I don't want to even, I'm just controlling my own life, and that's enough. Teleport? Yeah, I feel like teleporting would be good. Climbing trees is so fun. If you could have feather fall, like no fall damage, and then climb trees, that would be even better. Stupid shadow trees nearly killed your laser with their death explosion. Oh my god. I'd love to know what my dog demands to go outside. Toys for night. Yeah, you could reason with them before bed. You could be like, hey, make sure you pee before bed so you don't have to go outside at night. You know, that'd be useful. Imagine you get in Lucas' mind. It's quantum physics down. He's like, he like cured cancer in his mind, but we just didn't know. Majority struggles with their own life control. Yeah, like I'm busy with my own life. You know, I don't want to control someone else's. If I had to choose a superpower, I would have to choose to have all forms of haki from One Piece. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I didn't know they had superpowers on One Piece. I thought they were just boating around. You taken pee before night already? Is he drinking lots of water? What is he doing? You gotta speak to him about that. You gotta have a sit down discussion regarding that. You know? Yeah, I think it's I'd be real curious what the animals are thinking. You know? So I would love to speak with them. Druid shapeshift would be sick too. You can turn into a crow that flies around and can blind people. I don't want to do that either. Why do you want to do that? He didn't listen. I talk to him about it every night when I say goodnight. Rip, I'm sorry, Ratsy. It might be beyond reason. And welcome in Gideon, the Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. Welcome in. We're honored. Angel's a big fan of you. And welcome in, Bulls. Imagine flying to work though. No, you could just that's why you need teleporting. Never commute again. Never go on a plane again. You could travel anywhere, even just for a few hours. You could just be like, oh, I feel like eating some really good pasta. I'm gonna go to Italy right now, you know, real quick. That'd be so good. I would be in a different country for every meal, for real. The visa authorities will be after me. The border control, they'll be after me, but that's okay. Cute thing on the mic, thank you. This is Leon from Pokemon. Teleporting would be cool. You could follow BB on tour for cheap. Yes, Ratsy. If you had the power teleporting, you should use it. You should use it to follow BB on tour. Congrats. I hope you're doing well today, Gideon. And welcome in Shenrif. Sorry, let me know how to pronounce your name. Hope you're doing well today. Is an arcane portal a 6th level spell? Then you have to sleep wherever you go. I'm okay with that. Leon is Miju's hobby. Exactly. Sleep deprived, but it's okay. Oh no, it's the weekend. Hopefully you can catch up on sleep. Adventure good on stage for her lover song. I think that's a bit of a. I don't think you should use your teleportation for that. I think you should use it too. Fulfill your own stuff, you know. Cute doll on the mic. Thank you. He's getting a lot of love today. He's happy. Another option to go for is to choose immortality and then with time to unlock all the secrets in the universe and acquire all the power slowly with time. I would not want to be immortal. I'm not pro immortality. I think it would suck. I think immortality would be like a curse. Sleep doesn't exist when girlfriend is here, but you have some downtime. Nice. Enjoy your time with her. I hope you were enjoying your time with her. And welcome in, Star. Hope you're doing well today. The bonus that they get to visit wherever she's touring. That's true. That'd be fun. You're not hot on immortality. You could easily fall in a well or something and be stuck forever. Yeah, that's true as well. Yeah. I just feel like eventually you'd want to die, you know? Like, I feel like life is worthwhile. Like how life has meaning because it ends, you know? And like everyone you love would die as well, right? I think that would suck. If you had teleport, you travel the world, save on plane costs. Yeah, I would travel like crazy if I could teleport. Immortality would be awesome. Disagree. And welcome in, Mr. Bug. I hope you're doing well. You enjoying walking around in your Jordans? They were pretty cute. I'm not a Jordans guy, but the design was pretty cute on it. Why would immortality be a curse? I just don't think you would want to live forever. I think eventually you'd be tired. Like you just, you know, like it. Well, there's only so much you can do. Immortality, like Ayu had in Hotel de Luna. She had a rough life, man. What do you mean? Why would you want that? Did you watch the movie, Ratsy? Or watch the show? Think of all the concerts you could attend. You can do that now, man. Or you mean with teleportation? Oh yeah, with teleportation you could, yeah. If you fall in love, it's painful. Or even like family, right? Like friends, family. You'd have to constantly live through everyone you know dying. People loved your new Jordans. Went on a group outing last night. Nice. Gotta show them off. Saving on plane costs, but spent all the savings on concert tickets. Ratsy's in the same boat, yes. I did just upset with the ending. Yeah, the ending is bittersweet, but I think it's good. Just don't have friends or family then. I don't think then like what are you doing? You know, like that's like you're just living forever and you're alone. Like that's rough too. I don't know. I personally don't want to live forever. Like it's not that I want to die, but like I feel like I'm gonna do the stuff I want to do in life, and then it's gonna end. You know, like I feel like it has. You guys watch The Good Place? They're unhappy. They're in heaven forever. They're unhappy, and they're only happy after they give you an option to leave, like to end your existence in heaven. I feel like a human life is too short and so much to do. You need to earn enough to enjoy all walks of life, like learn all languages, culture, meet new people, go to every country. So you want 100% life is what you're saying. You want to get the platinum trophy on life. I mean, yeah, but like forever is a long time, you know? I think immortal is too long. I think if you could have like 5 lifetimes, that would be plenty. And like how would immortal even work? Like what if the earth ceased to exist and then you just started floating around in space for eternity? Like think about it. If it's immortal, you never die. What if the entire, like, I don't think human race will last forever. You're going to outlive the human race. You might outlive the earth. You might outlive our solar system. You're just going to be floating around in nothingness. That's a punishment. You think teleportation is so good as far as superpowers goes? It's on its own tier. I agree. I think it encompasses everything else. Like, I think flying is stupid. Like, you could achieve everything you wanted with flying with teleportation. And I think flying is dangerous, you know? I don't think it would be as fun as you think to be flying around in the sky. Like I think it would be like probably wet up there. It would be like wet and cold up there. You probably wouldn't realize. I'd be so sad you don't need to drive anymore with teleport. You still can. You still can. Exactly, at least 500 years. Yeah. I mean, I think immortal implies that it would be forever, right? I think that's too long. But yeah, 500 years, I could see that because it has to end, right? Need a platinum life before I die. Also, meet IU. You gotta get started, man. What are you gonna do if the sun burns out? Just walk around on a pitch black, lightless, burned out Earth? Exactly, exactly. Like what are you gonna do? I think people don't think this through with the immortality. Eventually, everything you know will be gone. You know, like including the sun. Like including the sun, including the earth. Like you can be floating around in space for eternity. That sounds not fun. You can earn enough money for 100 years and then 400 years enjoy life. You gotta think about it. 500 years of compound interest. That's a lot of money. um, if I outlive the solar system, it's a skill issue. But you're immortal. You just said immortal. Allergy. I love allergy. Speaking of like comparing yourself to others, a nice message. I think allergy has that nice message. It has a very like it gives me like a teen girl vibe, you know? You know what I mean? And welcome in Polychrome. What's the hypothetical question you're discussing? Immortality. Talk about immortality. Skill issue. Oh, skill issue by the solar system. I see. I see. You just woke up. Good morning, sir. You'll be hanging out in a space station, snapping Hawking radiation off a black hole 1 trillion years from now. What? How do you know the space station will exist, man? I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. You can do all the astrophysics research you could ever want if you had a. You would probably learn all there is to know about our universe. Speaking of allergies, anyone in chat sneezing right now? Yes. Yes. There's some pretty bad days. Some days I was real sneezing. I don't have like really bad allergies. I think it's like something very specific. I don't know. And welcome in Pascal. You be sneezing? Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, luckily I don't have too much allergies. What are you gonna do alone on a space station after humanity is extinct and there's nobody to talk about and no human culture to consume? Exactly, exactly. I'm anti-immortality. I don't even want to live till I'm 100. You know, I feel like with my failing body, you know, like I think 100 wouldn't be very fun either. People go feral. People go feral without human contact after a few years. Yeah, I think I would just be not right. You know, I think something would be wrong with me. If you're immortal, wouldn't you have time to build a new universe in a big black nothing? I don't think so. How would you know how to make a new universe? I don't think it's that easy. I guess if you have immortal, you could make a new. But why would you want to? Like, do you really want to spend billions of years waiting for a new universe to form? Why would you want to do that? I feel like you'd be real bored, you know? While you're waiting. Consume alien culture when human culture dies. Yeah, you could find the aliens. They're bacteria and spit. Just keep spitting into the universe until you form it. I don't think it's how it works, man. Yeah, I think I don't think it's the universe forms that easily. You guys will be begging to punch a ticket after like 10 years. I don't think it would even be 10 years, yeah. I think it would be pretty rough without anything. Like people go crazy in solitary confinement after like months, right? Like it would be it wouldn't be that long. I would make a person who doesn't want to be immortal. Eternal drama. That's so cruel. What do I get if you're wrong? You get to enjoy your immortality. There you go. Lock yourself in a pitch black room for 10 years and see how you feel. And you would never have food anymore. You wouldn't have food anymore. You don't even need to eat to survive. You just be hungry all the time. You don't get anything else. We're long dead, chilling in heaven. Yeah. I got to enjoy my life and then die. You know, I'm not spitting into the universe trying to create life. I'm just gonna my existence will be at an end, and I'm okay with that. Think about it. No, you would never experience another K-pop comeback. You know, the K-pop industry will have ended 1 million years ago, and you have no way of even listening to music anymore. It's just silence. BB is dead. Twice is dead. You know, like what are you gonna do? Once K-pop ends, you're out. Okay, okay. Waiting 250 years for a comet to pass close enough to hitch onto its gravity so you can move anywhere. Oh my gosh. I'm not smart enough to be immortal, you know? I wouldn't be able to do anything. Did IU live? No. Why would she live? She's just a human. What about the concept of time travel, the power to travel and control time? I mean, controlling time would, I think, be somewhat useful. Like, you're like running late, you just pause time. Or like you'd have like infinite time to do stuff. I don't think I want to pause it like infinitely. But I think time could be a useful power. Because it's essentially teleportation. Like you could use time to your time travel powers to teleport in a sense, but I would prefer teleportation. I feel like I wouldn't want to mess with time, you know? Because, like, what? You pause time, you start, like, abusing it and you pause time for so long. And then, like, you know, I don't know. I don't want that much control, personally. What if you die with time has paused and the universe is stuck in limbo forever? That's their problem. I'm dead. Nah, I feel like I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I feel like teleport is just the best because it's not too overpowered that you're like messing with the balance of the universe, you know? Like you're not like changing your reality too much, right? Like you're not changing your reality and you're not becoming like because I feel like once you have too much power, you'll kind of lose touch with your humanity. You know what I mean? Like if you become too much like a god, then I feel like you won't necessarily be human. You could clone the K-pop artists. I don't want to do that, man. You gonna raise like a baby Sana? It's a bit weird. I mean, it's OP. Just teleport into a bank vault, teleport out. Yeah, exactly. You could use it for evil too, in many ways. You both wanted to teleport. Yeah, I still stand by. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best one. You only use my teleportation powers for quality of life. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like just lessening your commute. Like you just have no commute. Raise baby Momo. That's like the most parasocial thing. Like making a clone of them and then raising them. That just feels so creepy. Imagine if someone did that to you. Sana's already baby. Not true. True. We don't need other. Imagine how creeped out they would be if they found out you did that. You getting millions as quality of life. I mean, yeah, you could use teleportation. I mean, you would save a lot of money just by using it normally, right? Like you'd save a lot in gas costs. You would save a lot of plane ticket costs, right? Like you would save a lot of money. You'd never need to pay for like taxi or train or bus or any you would never need to pay for any form of transportation ever again, you know? Think about how easy it would be to move if you can teleport with the things you're holding. I'm assuming it's not like in The Boys where he moves really fast and his clothes are gone because like nothing goes with you. That would be less ideal. If you couldn't teleport your clothes with you, that would be I probably wouldn't want to use that anymore. But like yeah, you could teleport to a cheaper country to buy groceries, disrupting the economy. Yes. No, I wouldn't disrupt the economy. It's just one person. And welcome in Apple, first time viewer. Welcome in. If you're immortal, you can keep K-pop alive via clone. That's so creepy. Like, K-pop is already manufactured enough as it is. If they could clone, they would. Let's be real. Let's be real. SM is absolutely trying to clone their idols, right? Like, I stand by the theory that, like aespa has had a lot of work done, right? Like, that's not a surprise. That's not like a secret. But I'm pretty sure they're trying to make them look like Taeyeon. Like, I stand by this theory. If you had a choice to choose between two options as powers, would you choose heal or destroy? Oh, absolutely heal. Heal would be so good. As someone who's kind of clumsy, it would be so. And you could do a lot of good with that power. Like I would just work at a hospital and just start healing people. I think it'd be good. World War II would have ended so much faster with teleport. That's where your mind went. There's an item Valor 3 that gives you Misty Step, but it drops all your armor on the spot. That's funny. Yeah, I feel like if you could teleport, but your clothes don't teleport, it would be inherently less useful. It's not like you can teleport to work and then you show up to work naked. Like that's probably not ideal. But if you could teleport somewhere, like if you had a safe place you could teleport and then someone could bring you clothes, then I think that'd be fine. Like if I had teleport but it removes my clothes, then I would probably call up my family and be like, hey, I'm about to teleport to your bathroom, leave my clothes in there, and then I would teleport to their bathroom and then put my clothes on and go. I think that'd be fine. Winter's had no work. Yeah, I don't necessarily believe that kind of stuff. Is Taeyeon still active? Yeah. But like I feel like SM they all get like pretty similar procedures. Like I love SM for the fact that they clearly do train their idols vocally, but like the SM draw is so real. Like the SM draw is so real, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that. It's too pointy. I don't want that pointy of a draw. I think it looks a bit uncanny. What if work has a nudist policy? Then you're chilling. You're chilling. I don't think anyone's work has that though. That's a bit of an HR nightmare. Likes to play Weekend by Taeyeon for 48 hours straight. True. But yeah, I stand by the conspiracy that they're trying to clone Taeyeon. They want another Taeyeon. And Angel stands by the Wendy replacement conspiracy. I'm not a believer of that one, but Angel stands by it. There's a lot of SM conspiracies apparently. Who is Taeyeon? A really famous idol. He's very talented, very good singer. Wendy is a modern Paul McCartney. Right. Angel thinks Wendy has been replaced, but vocals don't lie. Current song, it's as Sada said very, very aptly. I Can't Stop Me by Twice. Does he do solo or group? She. Solo now. But yeah, it's Angel can stick with that theory. She's 36. She turned to dust. Oh no. Oh yeah, K-pop idols are immortal. They turn to dust at 30. I forgot. Speaking of immortality. I think Ratio is making a joke that like K-pop idols are considered old at 30, which they're literally not. Or they're not old at all. Irene is like 34 but aged gracefully. She didn't age. Yeah. I mean, I just think a lot of, especially as they get older, they don't naturally look that young at that age. I think Irene has had surgery, but she's had very tasteful surgery, and she was I think, and also she was already very beautiful. You know? Yeah, you're making a joke. Yeah. Anyone here fan of Boa? Yes, she's so talented. She's so talented. And she speaks really good Japanese. Like most idols are like most K-pop fans are like, wow, this idol speaks fluent Japanese, and they said like 3 words at their concert. They were like, you know, they just like said like rehearsed lines at the concert. But Boa genuinely speaks really good Japanese. Revolva is like 30s and Ius is 33, and both are amazing. Yeah, like 30 is not old at all. Justin Bieber is a K-pop idol. Yes. Second gen K-pop idol, Justin Bieber. How old are the Blackpink members now? I think they're late 20s. Lieutenant. Lieutenant Justin Bieber. Who's the water bomb queen? Kwon Eunbi. We were just talking about her nose earlier. I was telling everyone about her. Her really, really straight nose that's like pointy. Speaking of not natural surgeries. You have a conspiracy theory that Jungyeon is a secret power behind JYP Entertainment. Her IG username is JYP, which became JYP. Oh my god, I was reading this Reddit thread that was like, which idols have not had plastic any work done? And then the top comment was JYP. But I don't even think it's true. Like surely JYP has had them like Botox or something, you know, like. But you know, fair enough. Fair enough. Everyone's like JYP, our queen. I love IU and my Mister. That's on my list. I need to watch that. Bieber going through it. Who knows what's going on with that guy? When you saw Envy by Taeyeon is one of the best music videos. With the concept and lyrics went together so well, it touched my heart. She's very, very talented. Speaking of idols who can really sing, like Taeyeon is such a good vocalist as well. IU and aespa hasn't, and BB. Ratsy, you cannot in good faith say aespa. Have you seen their jawlines? aespa is like the most they don't even hide it, right? They got surgeries to look more like the AI theme, right? Jisoo's so pretty. She is. I mean, all idols are pretty. Let's be real. They're hired. They're chosen because they're pretty. Like they literally pick people off streets and be like, "Hey, you're gonna be an idol." They're obviously not doing that because they think they're good at singing or dancing. They're obviously choosing based off looks. I'll stay ignorant. Who's paying attention to jawline? You cannot look at aespa and think they have not had any work done. They do not look like I feel like they're the. I think that's the look they're going for, but it's very much not the case. Ratsy buys into the propaganda. For real. In Wakamin Ghost, hope you're doing well today. Yeah, I have to go pretty soon. I have to run out the door in like 10 minutes, so I will. We could probably stream for like 5 more minutes, and then I'll literally run out the door. How close can I cut it? They went to Judy from XG at our school and picked her. Yeah, they literally like as much as I used to think that like idols were chosen, or like K-pop idols are chosen because of their talents. They are not. Like a lot of them are just chosen based off looks. I think that's still the most important thing for them. Cause like you don't just like pick someone off the street, right? Like because you think they're talented. Like you have no idea if they're talented. Looks is talent. I guess it's. Yeah, I guess yeah. You can develop talent. Looks are different. You can develop looks as well, Ratsy. It's called plastic surgery. And welcome in Captain Dan. Hope you're doing well today. You also need to jump off. No worries. Yeah, I have to run really soon anyway. Take care. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Face cards can get you places. Yeah, it is true. Obviously, pretty privilege is absolute thing, but it's just more. It's just extra focused. It's just extra prominent in K-pop. It's called looks maxing. Looks max. They should just try what's the thing? Mewing. They should do the mewing thing to get the SM jawline. The Korean using looks maxing is insanity. He knows all about it. He knows all about it. They gotta do the. They should just know. They should just follow those guys. I don't know what else they do. Yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff. Definitely 100% talent based. But I do think it's true. Like you can teach someone to sing. It's a lot harder to give them a bunch of surgery that could be very invasive, you know. You may as well choose someone that's already pretty and then teach them how to sing. But they don't even teach them how to sing. They just gave up on that part. Who knows? You're 100% with it. Exactly. You know the meta. The breaking leg surgery to make you taller, you know? Human growth hormone. Exactly. They got it all in the bag. If I'm 15 at my school, some random guy comes up to me asking if I want to be an idol, pulling out the pepper spray. For real, there's probably like just as many instances of people using it in either a scam way or a predatory way. You know? I think that's probably happens a lot as well. There's probably a lot of like, oh, do you want to be idol scams, like stuff like that. But I guess it worked out well for them. Cause like, what if someone just came up to you on the street? You know, like how does that even happen? Hey, you want to be an actress? Look, here's my card. You know, like what the hell? All the idols are basically the gullible hot people. I mean, I don't think they were chosen for their intelligence. You know, I think they're just no. I mean, we talk about this a lot, but like, I think a lot of the reason that they debut idols so young, like partly because they want to keep them active for longer, but also because I think they're just more naive, right? Like, I think it's easier to take advantage of like younger idols, right? Like, put them into bad contracts and like treat them poorly and make them like, you know, like overwork them and stuff like that. So it's I think that's partly why as well. And welcome in Maggie. Do you believe in pretty privilege? I mean, I think it's absolutely real. If someone came up to me and offered her to idol, she would absolutely be sprinting away. I don't talk to strangers, man. I don't talk to strangers. Okay. Also, I have to go. I have to go to Pilates. I'm gonna be late. But yeah, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, as usual. 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. Every weekend. And join the Discord if you haven't already. And I will try to dive Pilates. Last week I kind of died. I was so sore for like 2 days, but hopefully it is not as bad today. Yeah, and we'll stream longer tomorrow for sure. Sorry for recruited to buy me when he spends 99 for the real life indoors. True. I'm staying away from them. I have to be safe. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If I don't see you, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.